And unfortunately, in this new year also, we are talking about COVID, which we were hoping that we will not talk in 2022. So I am Dr. Nagnath Arsman Prem. I am a consultant in geriatric medicine and an elder care specialist at Jaslok Hospital. And I also work with an organization known as Graceful Living. I basically do a lot of medical assessments and take care of the overall health of older people. Of course, many of you have been hearing me. I have come back to speak after a while. So I'm just hoping to tell people today about, of course, the Omicron variant. First of all, I don't think the variant matters. The biggest problem that we still have is we haven't been really following the precautions which should have happened always. For example, opening up things, yes, is always important. So that's what happened. And people were so frustrated. They were at home. So a lot of people traveled. A lot of holidays happened. People came back. And we already got all the positives in clusters. So everything happened. Everybody just became positive suddenly. For example, in most cases, almost 60% जो cases है वो high rise building में से हैं. So it's not that it came from the maid who was actually working in 5 households, no, nothing like that. So first of all, it happened, and in fact, the transmission this time ulta हुआ है. A lot of maids have actually got from the houses that they have actually visited. So of course, and more beds people want in private hospitals because obviously affordability is good. So again, high-rise buildings have been involved. Now, as far as the variant is concerned, of course, it's known as, we are just hoping that there is not every alphabet and every word in language used, and we don't end up having, I don't know, 10 more variants, hopefully. Variants only happen if there are spread. So the more the spread from one person to another, the more the mutation will happen, and the more there's a chances of the first variant. For example, the Delta variant, which was the previous variant, is still considered to be more dangerous because if you remember the number of hospitalizations, the oxygen requirement which was there in the last wave was much more as compared to now, which is of course we are having, you can say, in December 25th, that is Christmas Day, we hardly had 2,000 cases. We almost have 10 times the number of cases today in Mumbai itself. And of course, the all India numbers are also increasing. Now, numbers always don't lie, but numbers can always just put you in a panic. Overall, Omicron has been basically a mild disease. It's not been something which has been very dangerous as of now. Hospitalizations are again, so the same thing, the basics have not changed. For example, if a person is older or a person has diabetes, hypertension, a lot of other issues also, the chance of getting this virus is more as compared to a normal individual. However, mild disease, asymptomatic disease has happened in almost everybody. So a hospitalization might not happen, but the spread will happen. Now, by the spread, what happens is it obviously increases the burden on healthcare. And if you see, more and more people are actually home isolated. The maximum numbers are not being admitted, they're being home isolated. So the biggest problem here is that it is more contagious. So the fact that it's more contagious is that a single infected person can infect more people as compared to previous variants. So that is a big issue. Then it causes relatively milder symptoms. That is another reason that people will just brush it off. Like for example, a small cold. If one is actually infected and does not know it's COVID, they will move around as normal people and ultimately infect plenty of people, which has sort of happened. Then it does not cause serious disease or deaths as of now. At least when we get more and more data, what we are understanding from South Africa is only a smaller proportion, especially those who were in vulnerable category, needed ICU care, and deaths have also been reported only in them. However, even if the incidence of the serious disease is lower, I mean, there is no justification for anybody infecting a vulnerable person or creating a potentially dangerous situation. So we can't just say, nahi, मतलब mild disease hai, to spread bhi hua, to kya? I mean, that is not something which we should. Then symptoms when developed, unfortunately, nobody will get tested because it's very difficult to sort of differentiate between normal symptoms between Delta and Omicron also. Yes, a lot of cold has been seen, people getting a lot of common cold. And I mean, even if I have a poll here, I know people who have cold, none of them would even think of talking to a doctor, let alone test yourself to actually for COVID. So I mean, and you know how cold spreads. If somebody has cold, one person has cold, it will end up spreading in the entire household maybe in a couple of days. So that makes it easier to miss. Then another very important thing is what we don't want is Delta variant is more dangerous, and we all, I mean, I don't need to remind you the terrible experience that people had. So whoever is symptomatic and not getting tested is again neglecting a Delta infection. So that is another important thing. Then again, we tend to concentrate on the variants, but we do not try to concentrate on what we can do. What we can do is, I think the three things are still very much the strong things to do: hand hygiene, wearing your mask, and social distancing. Now, social distancing, people think, no, if there are only 6 people we meet up or 10 people meet up, that need not be social distancing. No, there has to be social distancing even in that. It's not that a lot of people have partied outside. A lot of house parties or house gatherings have also become epicenters in which, unfortunately, a lot of people in the building or in the same household have got infected. Then, see, vaccination is something which is still in our hands. Unfortunately, as compared to the West, we haven't completed maximum vaccination, which we should have. But I'm not here to talk about governance, but the booster vaccination, which it will start very soon for older adults, healthcare workers, and then of course the rest. That has to be taken, because if you're not double vaccinated already, then that is not good. But if you are, then take that, because it's clear, research clearly shows that even if you get the disease, it will not be as worse as compared to a person who is unvaccinated. This Omicron variant is very, very dangerous for people who are not taken the vaccine at all. It will easily latch on and it will cause serious disease. Then another very important thing is, yes, you again, I mean, as I've always told you, please do not think about the variant, the cases, think what you can do. So what you can do is you have to have proper use of masks, avoid gatherings. Whenever you spend time, have a lot of time in open and well ventilated areas than closed spaces. Maintain your social distancing, get tested if you have symptoms, and just don't wait. Seek medical help, and make sure you have the right information for home isolation also. I mean, a lot of times people just think home isolation means not going out. Home isolation also means even if you are at home, you have to be away from others who might be positive. I mean, who might have be a positive contact, and if they come negative, then it's not that you should keep moving around the entire house. So that is, so home isolation guidelines you should know. Then get your immunization doses. Make sure everybody in your family, friends, communities, strangers, whoever it is, have COVID appropriate behavior. Now, any type of complacency that we have really affects the healthcare system and everything breaks down. So it's very, very easy to sort of say that blame the government or blame for all these increasing cases. No, I don't think the governance is the only one to blame. It's not a dictatorship here where everybody will be just stopped from doing what they want. We were always been a democracy. So when things opened up, people really went overboard, and fine, fair enough. They have been frustrated, but it was not about going in public and doing things. It's about not following precautions. I think people took the disease again very lightly. What we usually expect in waves is the second wave is always supposed to be bad as compared to the, you can say, the first wave, but the third wave is not supposed to be as bad as the second wave, and we are hoping after that there are no waves, and that is when we reach a plateau and hopefully the end of the pandemic. That is the hope, but then it's too early to say what this variant will do as far as seriousness is concerned. So still continue to take care of your health. I think that is one of the most important things. Because, and another question you might have is whether we know that the vaccines will still be effective. Now, as of now, they are very much effective against severe disease. Even they are effective against Delta. So whatever said and done, we are getting more and more research to see it is, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. What happens is, as we go ahead, the number of antibodies in us obviously will reduce. That is why that's the reason why a booster dose is given. If you remember an influenza vaccine, every year you have to give yourself a dose, purely because the variant keeps changing, one, and secondly, there are certain things in which you need boosters so that new antibodies can be made and you can fight it out. So that is the logic behind having a booster dose. And to be very frank, this might not be the last booster dose you might take. I mean, you might have to have continuous booster doses depending upon, of course, what we are hoping is it becomes like influenza, wherein you just have to take a shot every year for protection. Yes, influenza might cause common cold, but at the same time, influenza can cause very bad pneumonia. So, I mean, that is what we try to say. And again, try to focus on your health overall and the COVID appropriate behavior. I think that is one of the very important things. Now, as far as treatment is concerned, again, it will be on the symptoms, mild symptoms, or people who are asymptomatic, they have to quarantine at home and maybe just take supplements. People who are obviously severe will need more and more sort of medicines depending upon what are the day of the symptom that they have. Another important thing is that try to make sure that you take vaccination, at the same time spread the word of vaccination. As of now, we know that I think the teenagers are already started vaccination. So whoever is in your family should sort of get the vaccination. Then, as far as RT-PCR is concerned, it will not show Omicron positive. It will only show RT-PCR positive for COVID. So that's a genomic study. Now, the genomic study is specifically done if needed for the number of cases that we have to see. And as far as rapid test, that is antigen test, is concerned, it is not necessarily that there will be a lot of false positives, but if it is a negative, then that does not mean that you don't have COVID. But if it is a positive, then usually there is a strong chance that you have COVID, but with symptoms. If you're asymptomatic and it's positive, then you might still have to do RT-PCR and see. But if it is you are symptomatic and it's a positive test, then usually you will be positive for the same. Then another thing which is very important is, I think as far as you have symptoms, immediately you should get into touch with your doctor, because the reason I am saying is it helps us in contact tracing also, and more people who you have come in contact, especially in your family, can get tested and ruled out as far as who has COVID and who doesn't have COVID. So I think it's, let us not concentrate only on the fact that there are new variants. Let us concentrate on the basics, which always was, is try to take care of your health and try to stop the spread. Unfortunately, people obviously have to work. Everybody has to work. So everything opened up. People had to go on work. But I think one of the most important things was to take care of all the precautions, and please vaccinate yourselves. I mean, whoever has been vaccinated, most of you, I hope, have been. Whenever the booster dose comes in, just plan again your booster dose, because I have just read today that it's going to be very much a walk-in. I don't think there is going to be prior appointments. So you can imagine the number of the crowds. Anything walk-in in India is always too much crowd. So be sensible and smart. Last time, a lot of people got COVID waiting for the vaccination, because people were not following protocols during that, and then came out the myth that they got COVID because of vaccination. So that is why a lot of correlations can develop. So be well educated about the disease. At the same time, they say the best sense is common sense. So try to keep using that, and keep your, anybody who is symptomatic. I'm not saying somebody having a mild cold, just tell them not to come or not near you, but try to get them tested. Don't be paranoid about the disease, but be smart about it. I think that is what I would want to say. It might be mild now, but remember one thing, the more the virus spreads, the severity can increase. So we should not just take any point lightly. And ultimately, it is, again, don't start worrying about lockdown and all that, because that is not directly always going to affect you. Be prepared for it, but that doesn't mean that that is the thing you think about. You have to think about boosting your immunity, eat healthy, take care of your existing illnesses. I think that is always something which I have told you. If you have diabetes, take care of your diabetes. If you have hypertension, if you have lung diseases, take care of that. Get your vaccinations done. Make sure that you obviously have COVID appropriate behavior in the vaccination centers as well. And try to be in touch with your doctors. If you have any issues, please get in contact with them. And home isolation is not difficult. Get yourself the basic equipment to do that, especially a digital thermometer, a BP machine, and also a pulse oximeter, so that you can monitor yourself at home. If you have symptoms, do not neglect. There is no problem in getting advice earlier as compared to waiting for your symptoms to worsen and you getting in trouble. So I think, again, it's very simple. Stay home. If needed, only get out. I know a lot of people have to get out still, but if it is not really necessary, do not get out. Make sure that you're able to manage everything at home. And most importantly, I would say, if you're not vaccinated yet, get vaccinated. Inculcate for people around you to get vaccinated, so that you can actually have a good chance in fighting the disease, which is very much there. It's not over yet, but we are hoping it will be over at some point. And most importantly, I think, let us not see how many people are getting hospitalized, how many people are getting mild symptoms. Our job is to take care of our health. At the same time, we also have responsibility towards our family and the community, that we don't become a spreader, which unfortunately a lot of people have become, not because they want to, but because they didn't take good precautions at the right time. So thanks a lot for your patient hearing. And if you have any questions and comments, can go ahead.
Hi. Anybody has any questions, please specifically unmute yourself, ask your question, and then mute yourself again, please. Any questions?
A question. Hello, Dr. Prem, I would like to ask a question. You said that taking the booster shot would help. If you are vaccinated, why do you need a booster shot?
That's what I said. Certain illnesses, for example, as far as BCG is concerned, tuberculosis, which everybody of us have got it when we were young, it doesn't need another shot. But that doesn't make you immune. You can still get TB. But
so if you're vaccinated twice, you don't need to take a booster shot.
No, nothing like that. You have to take a booster shot purely because what we have seen is the effectivity of the vaccination, especially for this particular type of disease, is that the antibodies tend to get lower as far as after 9 months to 12 months. So you need to, for example, if your shot was taken around 6 months ago, studies are saying mostly, especially for Covishield, that the antibodies levels are maintained high against the disease only for around 6 to 9 months. So it is always better to take a booster shot to prepare the immune system again. And that is the reasoning behind booster shots. Again, let me go back to the basics again. No vaccination guarantees you that you will not get the disease. What it guarantees you is that you will definitely get a less severe disease as compared to a person who is not vaccinated.
Okay, but it is said that even this vaccination the whole process is a scam by the pharma companies like Pfizer's, Moderna, who have made ridiculously high profits. What about that?
That, of course, is something that is not directly that I would like to comment on, but the point is it has, whatever said and done, studies have shown even those vaccines have been effective. And to say that it is purely a pharma thing is very difficult to say, purely because it has helped people abroad. I mean, in India, it's not available. So we are not direct sort of, we have not even received it. But as far as Indian vaccines like Covishield are concerned, the reason people have got again is always been because they have done something to get it. It's not because they were vaccinated and they didn't do those, they followed the COVID appropriate behavior and still got it. So I think there is a lot of responsibility on the self as well. And I mean, there are always two sides of a coin. So as far as the pharma company thing is concerned, it's very difficult for me to comment.
Okay.
प्रेम होम किट जो आ रही है टेस्टिंग के लिए, वो बराबर है या फिर वो नहीं करनी चाहिए?
नहीं, जो होम वाली है वो तो रैट कहते हैं उसको, रैपिड एंटीजन टेस्ट की जो किट है। तो मैंने वही बोला, रैपिड एंटीजन नेगेटिव है।
ओके।
हाँ, नेगेटिव है तो उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको कोविड नहीं है। पर अगर पॉजिटिव है तो फिर और सिम्टोमेटिक है तो फिर श्योरली कोविड होने के चांसेस ज्यादा हैं। तो जब सिम्टोमेटिक पॉजिटिव रहता है तो हम ट्रीटमेंट शुरू कर देते हैं यूजुअली, पर आरटी-पीसीआर करना जरूरी है क्योंकि सीटी वैल्यू और सब हमें पता होना चाहिए कि कितना सीवियर है।
ओके, थैंक यू।
Any other questions? I think we have time for maximum one more question.
Doctor, I want to ask about the masks, which will be the best mask.
It depends on the environment that you are. For example, as far as I mean, let me be very frank, cloth masks are not really protective anyways. But for example, if you go to a hospital, like if you come to Jaslok also, your cloth mask will be immediately replaced by the N95 because we give it to whoever enters the hospital. The reason being you are in that environment, in a hospital environment, because a lot of people do visit. If you see, the best mask for healthcare workers, of course, is N95. For a common person, I would say still double masking with a cloth mask and a 3-ply mask should help. Again, if these masks were so airtight and there could not be transmission, we wouldn't have had COVID issues. But the problem is how you wear the mask. I mean, it was never supposed to be a chin mask. If you see, a lot of people think they breathe from the chin. And a lot of people put it only in the mouth. You breathe from the nose. So you have to, the technique is very important. The mask should never get wet, because once they get wet, then the porosity goes and it becomes very easily transferable. So if you see, N95 is the best, but it depends on for example, if you are traveling, I would still recommend you to wear an N95 purely because that's the best. You are not in control of other people and other people's COVID appropriate behaviors. And of course, immunization will always help you comparatively as compared to a person who's not immunized. Cloth masks in a home setting, still okay, but very much in public, I don't think it's really going to help, because it's not that, but it's not sort of so, I mean, it will not help you in, but of course, not having a cloth mask also is even worse. If you're not having a mask at all, then you are in more trouble.
Thank you, doctor. I think we are run out of time. This has been very helpful. Again, just to remind everybody, we are going to upload this on our website. And in case any of you would like to consult with the Dr. Prem, please contact us and we'll give you his contact details, or go to our website and you'll find a way to contact him. Thank you very much, Dr. Prem. We look forward to more sessions from you soon. And everybody have a nice weekend.